Hello and welcome to Autocar Professional. This is Prerna Lidhu and I'm glad that I'm today sitting with Mr. Nilesh of Envalior. And we're here, automotive industry is going through a big disruption, and we're here and we would like to understand from you how India can play a role in terms of localizing technology, what are the opportunities, and it's everyone is sort of touting this country as the next big manufacturing hub for the disruption that's going to come. So welcome first of all.
Thank you.
And if you could start with these comments, what do you think is the potential for the country to make a mark in a global landscape?
Right. So as we all know that one of the buzzword which is there around is China plus one.
Correct.
And one thing which is being discussed and also being anticipated that India is going to be one of the biggest beneficiary of this China plus one. Whatever is happening geopolitically is something, of course, good or bad, it's something different, but that has some implication and maybe India will get benefited from this. Now, if you look at also the trends which are happening in automotive industry, right? So there is, as you rightly said, disruption is there, where we are looking at alternative fuels, whether it can be ethanol, whether it can be CNG. We are talking about hybrid vehicles, we are talking about electric vehicles. So all these are changing the landscape of the automotive industry. And if you look at India, of course, India has been always a kind of a follower to the Western world, what is happening from the innovation perspective in the automotive industry, and then we follow. Now, if we look at that in India right now, there are some challenges. When you talk about infrastructure, we are at a different maturity level than some of the other countries. When we talk about let's say the technology, also we are at a different maturity. Now, when we look at all these aspects, we have these challenges, but these are also giving us a lot of opportunities. When I say from the opportunity perspective, we will of course then find our way through with different innovations, and we have seen in past as well that these different innovative approaches has also benefited the rest of the world as well. So this is one of the opportunities which I say, as I mentioned in the beginning with the China plus one, this is also going to be a manufacturing hub. Many of the OEMs, many of the tier ones are coming to India for production. I mean, we are right now in Auto Expo, we are talking about automotive, but we as Envalior are in different fields. It is electronics, it is electrical. I can see that from the mobile industry as well, quite a few players are coming to set up their shops, I can say, in India. So this is a big opportunity which we can see going forward for somebody says a decade, somebody says a couple of decades, but it's a big opportunity for all of us.
And you rightly said there's no difference between a gadget and a car today.
Exactly.
Tech and auto is like, it's very collaborative nowadays. I've been told that a lot of engineers from the tech world are now being hired, and mechanical, like, that entire rejig is also happening in the industry. So how do you sort of prepare for a time which is so uncertain? For example, for example, we saw EV penetration in the US markets and European markets, but now we see the pace of growth has sort of slowed, even globally. And India will, even with the subsidies and all, we saw the kind of impact that it had in certain segments. So how do you prepare for a time which is so uncertain, and even globally you're seeing like so much uncertainty, and there's nothing to look up to, like you said that India has always followed trends, but here, like, even globally we don't know what is going to stick and the kind of technology that will penetrate further.
So I'll again refer back to where we are now in Auto Expo. This has given us a lot of opportunity to talk to many OEMs, many tier ones. We coming from the tier 2, sometimes tier 3, and rather than giving my opinion, I can also kind of summarize what discussions which we were having.
Great insights that you got from
here. Indeed. And when we were talking to people, some of these companies over here, they said that indeed a couple of years back we felt like we are really there with electric vehicles, and we want to spend a lot of money to establish ourselves as a front runner in electric vehicle value chain. Right? But some of the people said that we don't know where we are going to. Already we see some slowdown happening in some other part of the world. Then we want to have our we don't want to have all our eggs in one basket. We want to continue with ICE. We want to be there also in electric vehicle value chain. Also, we want to see where the hybrid goes and where alternative fuel goes, and we want to be there everywhere. Right? This is what also something which I felt today, and
that everyone is open to hybrid technology. Yeah.
And we are no exception. I mean, we are here to give solutions to all these customer base, and we are also preparing ourselves, or we are already prepared ourselves to be in all those segments.
But what is your opinion and analysis in terms of what will stick and what is a solution for India? Because again, a lot of things that work for global markets might not work for India.
So as India has its own challenges, and I always say that when there are challenges, these are also the opportunities for us. So infrastructure is one of the key topic for us as a challenge. So when you talk about the electric vehicles, for sure these are not going to be there as a lot of penetration for us in India. When I talk about four-wheeler, two-wheeler is a different ball game, right? This is where we have a lot of penetration.
Three-wheelers as well.
Three-wheeler as well is another part, as you rightly said. So four-wheeler is a little bit different area. So what I feel is maybe going forward, hydrogen is the end game. And we in many parts of the world, electric mobility is seen as a stopgap arrangement before it goes to the next big hydrogen.
And hybrids is seen as a transition
hybrid
technology
is a transition for us here in India.
How do you sort of cater to these different customers in a sense that what is the kind of demand that you're seeing from your customers and your clients in terms of the transition technology, because they might be preparing for a future in a different way and they might have a sense of what will work for an Indian solution?
So as we started our discussion, everybody is uncertain. And nobody wants to miss out on something. We miss out on something which people perhaps underestimate or perhaps guess it wrong, right?
Yeah.
And this is where what we see from our customers is lot of inquiries are still there from ICE. There are still a lot of inquiries coming from the electrical. People do understand, people do feel that in case electric vehicle is something which is going to stay for a little bit longer time, we don't want to miss out also on that opportunity. So people are cautious on electric vehicle, but people want to be there, right? So we are also doing a lot of developments with quite a few tier ones and OEMs in electric vehicles.
Yeah, like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely,
So that's the strategy. Coming to the strategy part of it, if you could leave us with the localization strategy that you have for the company, and like we said, if you could give like examples of what will that strategy involve and entail, and how will you how are you looking at the expansion plans with India specific solutions?
Right. Often, when we talk about also our expansion and investment to our customers, first they ask, okay, you have now 3 factories in India, so you are going to come with the 4th factory? Yeah, this is the first question which comes to us. But I have a little bit different answer to that. What I feel is, and what we believe is, it's not. Of course, when the market is ready, when there is demand, expansion in footprint is required. But first, the expansion in the capabilities. It's something which is most important for all of us. So when I talk about capabilities, just I take an example of advanced driver assist system, right? ADAS.
ADAS, yeah.
Is something where some other countries are quite advanced. Now in India, as we know that middle income class is increasing, number of SUVs on the road is increasing, then in that case ADAS is also increasing. So how we equip ourselves from research perspective, how we from manufacturing, from the knowledge perspective, how we equip ourselves, how we build our capabilities. This is most important. And when we come to India, here I always feel like the technologies which are already established, how we can adopt those for India, and then adapt those for our Indian scenarios. This is what something is important. That's what we are doing right now.
Okay. And what are the opportunities for like specific examples, if you could share, of making in India for the world? Because that's again going to be big. How big are you on that? And if there are future plans in that sense?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, as I said that right now, quite a few companies are looking at India as a manufacturing hub. We are quite well placed. I think one of the only engineering materials company in India who has 3 factories in India strategically placed. Also, there is a lot of possibility for us to expand. As I was talking about expansions of expertise, but also expansion in footprint for production. We are quite well placed and we are very ready to cater to market as the market need comes.
Also exports, that's going to be a big focus area for you.
Exports is also a big focus area. Already we are exporting quite a lot. And wherever there are the things coming from any part of the world, we are geared up for exports.
Superb. Thank you so much. I know it's an exciting time
Absolutely.
to be in the automotive industry, and we would clearly watch out for players like you to sort of see where the world takes us. Thank you
Sure.
so much
Thanks
for
a lot.
joining
Pleasure.
us. Thank you.
Thank you.